Hello, everyone. I am here in this beautiful apartment, and I just want to tell you that a year ago I met this amazing person, Peter Gray. Peter lives in Cambodia. At this moment, he's here visiting Melbourne, but he lives in Cambodia and he's helping children in Cambodia. And he's here today with me, and he's happy to share his story. Hello, Peter.
Hi, Bradka. How are you?
I'm good. I hope you are well as well. So, Peter, would you be happy to tell us why you went to Cambodia and what actually you are doing in Cambodia and how you are helping Cambodian children?
Yep, sure. Happy to do so. I decided to go to Cambodia in 2004. I just sold a business in Melbourne, and that gave me the wherewithal to travel over those sort of places. I'd spent a lot of time in Southeast Asia. Prior to that, I'd been in the Australian Army in the 60s, so I knew Asia, Southeast Asia. Anyhow, I took myself to Cambodia. I was interested in what had happened after the Pol Pot regime in the 70s. And when I got there, I saw things, particularly things that were affecting the children, that changed my life forever. And I made the decision then that I would go back to Cambodia in 2005 and do some voluntary work. In the meantime, I sent out my CV to about 20 different organisations who I think may be interested. The first one that came back to me was the Cambodian Children Against Starvation Violence Association, otherwise known as CCASVA, and they wanted a voluntary technical advisor, so I said, I'm on the plane, so off I went. I planned on being there 6 months, and here it is now, 2013, that's 8 years. I've been living there ever since, and my role as a technical advisor has evolved into one of being the primary funder, in fact the sole funder of the centre where all the children are located.
So what kind of children would you rescue? What kind of children you are looking after in your centre?
The centre's small. We only accommodate 50 kids, although we're just putting in a new dormitory right now, so it'll be 66 max. Our children are all aged between the ages of 6 and 18. The children all come from slums. They all come from very, very poor families in the slums, if there's any family at all. Some of our kids just live on their own as young children, 7, 8, 9 years of age. We hear about traffickers coming through. They take the children. They end up in brothels or worse. Child labour happens all the time. Exploitation of children is never ending. And so children that we see at very high risk of danger, personal danger, we will rescue and take them into our centre, providing there's space available. And there's a few other provisos as well. But generally they're children at very high risk.
So what would be the primary focus of your centre, of your association? What do you do with those children?
Okay, the children come in and they live with us 24/7. And they stay with us from age about 6 is the youngest through to 18. 18, you're a legal adult, and at that point they would be discharged normally. The primary focus at the centre is education. Okay, we understand that the key to this whole, the issues, the problems of Cambodia revolves around education, lack of education, getting these children, these very poor children who live in slums, who have no opportunities, into education, at least gives them a start in life.
I suppose when they get education, obviously it's easier to put them in the workforce.
That's right. Well, what we do, not only do they attend regular government school, where they attend similar classes, I guess, to what they do here, but at the centre where they live, we run English classes, English language class, we have computer class, we have emergency literacy class for children who are illiterate, teach them reading, writing skills in their own language. We teach them about their religion, Buddhism, so they understand Buddhism's kind of a lifestyle religion, and teaches them about respect for themselves, respect for others, caring about people, something they're not very good at.
Which is very important.
Very extremely important. So the monk comes in every Sunday and he sits down with the children. They all sit there like this, and they hang off every word this monk says. They really do, because they don't get to see this in the slums. So it's quite life-changing for the children, and for me, it's the best thing I've ever done. I couldn't ask for a better job.
Could you also share the happiest and the saddest story of your centre?
Too many sad stories, but one that is particularly heart-wrenching
Could we start with a happy one then?
You don't want to end the story with a good story? Okay. The happy one is this, and that is her name is Chandra. Chandra is now 18. Chandra came in 8 years ago into the centre, and she'd been abused by her stepfather. This is very common over there, child abuse, sexually abused. Anyhow, Chandra, I watched grow over those 8 years, develop confidence. She was a very good pupil. She went through to year 12. She passed with flying colours year 12. And she's just commenced university studying law. Now, Chandra, it's fantastic.
It is fantastic.
And she is going to, what she wants to be is a social worker, working with us, working in the same slums that she came from. So that's a very good outcome.
It is.
That's as good as it gets.
It is absolutely stunning and excellent. So what is the saddest story?
Saddest one is another little girl who's still with us. Her name is Darlene. Darlene came in 8 years ago also. And Darlene we found in a brothel, and she was in there. Fortunately, she hadn't been abused. Now, she was very young. She's only 14 now, so, you know, she was 8 or thereabouts, or younger, 7, I think. And Darlene, I thought, had been sold to, you know, be used in a brothel, which is almost a death sentence anyhow. This child had been sold for body parts, and the body part apparently was her liver. Now, you remove a liver and you're dead. There's no good side to that. So Darlene was rescued. We got her out, and she's been with us ever since. She cannot ever return back to her family until such time she's 18, in which case hopefully she'll understand, you know, what happened to her. But that's a very sad story, but it's going to have a good outcome. So there you go.
I think for us living in this society, it's really beyond our comprehension. And I hope I will be visiting your center, but for now I know that it's horrible, but I simply cannot imagine what's really happening there. I believe, and I believe you will agree with me, that we can open our heart and help those kids. Peter, what can we do if we want to help?
Well, there's any number of ways you can help. Obviously, money is the key to the whole thing. As I've said before, I've been funding this centre for a long, long time myself. Friends help. But, you know, even the smallest donation, once they are all put together, we can do a lot with it. So, you know, you can do things like change a child's life by sponsoring them. A sponsorship costs $60 a month, $720 a year.
Which I calculated, it's about $14 a week, tax deductible, which is not very much. We can spare a few cups of coffee a week, and that's it.
Exactly right. So, and it is tax deductible through Australian Cambodian Children's Task Force, which is a new charity that we've now set up. The designated gift recipient organisation is RAWCS, which is Rotary Australia World Community Service. So all of your donations go through RAWCS, the Rotary organisation, of which, by the way, I'm a member, and I'm also the president of the Rotary Club of Phnom Penh in Cambodia.
Okay, Peter. So I hope that we would be able to put together with people out there some help and send it over to you. So if you feel like you want to help children in Cambodia, please log on my website www.the-next-generations.com and send us our details, and we get you in touch with Peter and his people, and I believe we will help a lot of children there. Thank you, Peter.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Pratka. Bye-bye.